Hello and welcome back to Daily Tuition. In this tutorial, I will show you how to create page loading animation in CSS. We are also use JavaScript to create a mimic of server request. So first you wanted to open the Visual Code editor. As always, create two files. First one is index.html and second is style.css. So in index.html file, just create a simple HTML5 snippet and then specify the title. I'll use page loader, and just after that I wanted to link the style.css file. Using the link tag, I will link style.css file, and just after that in the body section we're gonna create a container. In that container we'll put the ID and also specify the class loader. We'll access this div using the load ID. After that, head over to the style.css file. In that file, create a container, and to horizontally center the element, I will use display, flex and justify content center property. Then we'll just add some top margin, which is we'll add 18 em. And just after that we're gonna select the loader and just specify the position relative property to that loader class. After that we'll select the pseudo selector, which is before and after, so we'll select both at the same time and specify content blank if we don't want to add anything in the content property. Then we specify width 1.8 em. Then we specify height 1.8 em. Then we're gonna create a position property to absolute, and then border radius is set to be 4 em. After that we wanted to set the position for the before and after pseudo selector, so we'll select the before pseudo selector and specify background property is set to be light color and left is set to be 0, and then we select the after pseudo selector and specify background light green and right property is gonna be 0, and open this file in live server. So you will see the pseudo selector. After that we wanted to add some white space for the before pseudo selector. So we'll add transform is set to be translate x 10 pixel. So this will add some space to the right side, and then we wanted to add some space to the after selector, so we'll specify transform property translate x, and here we specify minus 10 pixel. After that we wanted to create an animation for the before and after pseudo selector. So we'll first create a keyframe and specify the name move right, and then create 3 steps of the animation. So we will say 0%, 50% and 100%. Well, in the 0% we'll just specify the transform property is set to be minus 10 pixel, which is the value of the after pseudo selector. So we'll just specify the position of the after pseudo selector, and in the 50% we just remove the minus property and we just add here transform is set to be translate x 10 pixel, and in the 100% we add transform translate x minus 10 pixel, so the element will back to his default position. Now the time is to add the animation to that after pseudo selector. So in the after pseudo selector we just create an animation and specify the name of the animation, which is move right, and then we specify the duration 1 second and the motion of the animation, which is ease, and specify infinite to execute this animation continuously. Now you will see this after selector is animating. So we'll create the same keyframe for the before pseudo selector. So I will copy this keyframe and just change the name, which is move left. For the 0% we specify translate x 10 pixel, and for the 100% we specify translate x 10 pixel, and for the 50% we add minus 10 pixel here. So it is just the opposite of the previous keyframes. After that, we wanted to apply the animation to the before pseudo selector. So we just specify animation and specify the name of the animation, which is move left, duration 1 second, the motion of the animation, which is ease, and then specify infinite to continuously execute the animation. Now we wanted to add some more effect on it. So what I will do is I will just copy the background color of the after pseudo selector, and for the after pseudo selector keyframe I will just copy and paste the background color in the 50% and just change the opacity. So you will see this transparent effect. I will do the same for the before pseudo selector also. So I will copy the background color and paste it in the 50% and just add some transparent effect. That's it. Now you will see the animation is working perfect. Now we wanted to create a mimic of the server request. To create that, we'll get the help from the JavaScript. Now in the index file, I will first create a main content. So I'll just create a div with the class main and add h1 heading tag, and I'll say welcome to the Attribution, and then we put the paragraph with the dummy text. So I will add lorem 50 and press tab to add 50 dummy words. That's it. Now you will see the main content on the page. We'll center this content using text align property of CSS. I will just remove the hard-coded loader class. Just before the closing body tag, I will create a script tag. In this script tag, I will select document. So we'll write document dot query selector, and in the parenthesis, I'll specify the class name, which is main dot style dot display. So I'll just change the display property of the main content and is set to be none. So this will remove the main content from the page. Just after that, I will create a document dot get element by id and select the div of load and then add the loader class. So we'll write class list dot add. So you will see this animation on the page. So now we wanted to create a mimic of a server request. So we'll just use the set timeout function to create that. So we'll write set timeout. So we'll first write the timeout function, and it takes two parameters. First one is the function and the second is the duration of that function. So in the parentheses, we'll first specify the function. I will just copy these two lines and paste this in the function, and just cut this code and paste this before the display property. Well, I will just remove the add class here and just add remove and remove the loader class, and we change the display property to block. At the last, we just specify the duration, which is 4000 milliseconds, which equal to 4 seconds. So this function will execute after 4 seconds. Just save the document and you will see this effect. So you will first see the animation, and just after that you will see the main content of your website. So that is all for this tutorial. If you find anything useful, then must press the like button. If you have any question, you can ask me in the video comment section. Subscribe to this channel for more update and more latest video. That is all for now. We will see you in the next lecture. Till then, be happy and keep watching.